Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to stand and we want you to make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go three abreast.
It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got them for a breath. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
It is Wing Nation, the podcast. We're glad you joined us. Talking about a bucket list race. Yes, it is going to be epic this weekend in California. Oh, it is the Trophy Cup has, now that I've checked off the Chili Bowl, I think we're working on Trophy Cup as the top of the bucket list.
Yeah, it's there. And it's just so different than other sprint car races. I love the different formats.
It is. It is insane. She's Erin Evernham, and I'm Steve Post. And we're going to talk a lot about the Trophy Cup because the former winner, Willie Croft, is going to join us. Mm-hmm. But this thing from the racing, you know, this thing, the only way to win the big money is to pass the car in front of you.
A lot of cars.
A lot of cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we always, like everyone's like, oh, we shouldn't handicap. Oh, we should. They invert 20 for the A-Main at Tulare. And they go 50 laps for the A-Main at Tulare.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Tulare is elbows up.
Right. So the way you win this thing is just pass everybody in the state of California. And if you find a few from Nevada, pass them too.
Yeah. And every single time you're on the track, heat race, whatever race, you
Because
name
it all
it, you
adds
need
up.
to pass cars.
Oh my gosh, this thing that's gotta, what's happening here, and see that's happening, my life, and this is not a complaint at all, this is just a statement of fact. My life revolves around the NASCAR schedule because my real job with Motor Racing Network, okay?
Yeah.
Now as we know, we're altering the NASCAR schedule. Mm-hmm. And I am just hoping, among hope, that we alter that baby right into an off weekend for me of NASCAR for the Trophy Cup next year or two.
And an on weekend for
Well, that'll be an on weekend because I'm out there. I'm out there. They have a spaghetti feed. They have fiesta night.
I mean.
Oh, breakfast, brunch. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me?
All of your favorite
All
things.
of my favorite things. Throw in some sprint cars. Oh, this is going to be epic. And who better to describe it than Willie Croft, who will join us here in just a few moments. Before we get to that, it was the 8th annual Blue Collar Classic at Port Royal Speedway. This is a great event where a lot of the smaller type teams, limited late models, 305 sprint cars, extreme stocks, things like that, they take the headline at the Speed Palace. The Keystone Race Saver Challenge Tour, the 305 racers were there. Nick Swigert was the winner of the race. It was a spectacular finish as Stephanie Dodson and Earl Hoon showed us here on our Speed Shift TV call, watching it on pay-per-view. So take a listen. It's our Dryden Diesel All Death-Defying Move of the Week.
And now for the Dryden Death-Defying Move of the Week, where one driver simply amazes us with their on-track moves.
White flag lap this time by. Doug Dodson goes to the inside. The 11C is Zach Newland, slides up in front.
Swagger with the run. Nitro Nick Swagger working the top side to perfection. He takes the lead on the final lap. Here comes Newland. Newland working to the bottom side. He's going to try to put a slide job. Can't quite do it. And Nick Swagger will win a thriller here at Port Royal.
That death-defying move was brought to you by Dryden Diesel All Death, the official DEF of the World of Outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. Visit Dryden.com for more information.
Aggressive Hydraulics, where we engineer the cylinders that move your business. We specialize in designing and manufacturing purpose-built application-specific hydraulic cylinders with superior precision and performance, making OEM products stronger, crafting cylinders that operate on a global basis in a wide variety of industries and applications. Get aggressive with your cylinder challenges. AggressiveHydraulics.com.
Instilled with Dryden's heritage of performance, Dryden Diesel All Def is built for the demands of today's diesel engines. Dryden Diesel All Def is perfect for owners and operators of on-road and off-road diesel trucks and cars that now require diesel exhaust fluid. Dryden, official motor oil and official diesel exhaust fluid of the World of Outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. And as always, American owned and operated. Visit Dryden.com for more information.
Are you a serious diecast collector? Do you have a favorite driver? Are you looking for a gift for a race fan? No matter what the question, the answer is always PlanBSales.com. Plan B has all the latest in diecast from Lionel and apparel, artwork, and other items for your favorite driver in NASCAR or other forms of racing. Go to PlanBSales.com. Key your driver's name in the search window and look at all the options. Your one stop for diecast and other motorsports collectibles is PlanBSales.com.
Sage Fruit is a high-quality grower, packer, and shipper of Washington State apples, pears, and cherries. Sage Fruit believes in sprint car racing, as a proud sponsor of sprint cars for the past 16 years and a partner of Wing Nation for the past 4 years. We love sprint car racing, and we're there for our sprint car fans. Sage Fruit works hard to deliver an exceptional eating experience. We value our relationship with sprint car fans and appreciate your continued support of Sage Fruit. Ask for Sage Fruit at your local grocer.
This is the Wing Nation Podcast. Back to Steve Post and Erin Evernham.
We are having fun because we're all geared up for a big race weekend. And the biggest event on the weekend card is out at Tulare in the Trophy Cup at the Thunderbolt Raceway, the 26th annual Abreu Vineyards Trophy Cup. And joining us on the hotline is a guy who knows what it's like to cash a big check out of there. Willie Croft is on the line. Hello, Willie. Welcome back to Wing Nation.
Hello, guys. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you spending some time with us here. When we mention Trophy Cup, what comes to mind to you?
Oh, man. 3 days of mayhem.
Yeah.
Just, not only all the money on the line, but the cause, Make-A-Wish, competition, just Tulare itself. I mean, the way you got to run the place, it's pretty hair-raising, and it's exciting, and, it's our biggest race of the year, pretty much out here in California.
Willie, you've been fortunate enough to win this race before. Where does it stack up on your list of accomplishments?
Right now, it's probably on the top. I mean, I would love to win Outlaw Show, but the Trophy Cup, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, not only like any race. I mean, you got to have luck, but, it's setting yourself up for that final night, and, and typically it's 50 laps, and typically you just got to kind of pace yourself. It does rubber up towards the end, so you got to make sure you kind of save your tire, but not really fall too far back at the same time. So there's a lot that goes into it.
Okay, so now we understand this is points related, passing points. You got to pass everybody in the world, but yeah, I think, and I hadn't really thought about it. The challenge is 50 laps and being conservative. So Willie, how do you balance that?
I think you just, you got to go hard in the beginning, and then you just got to know the track. You got to know typically when it starts to get cleaned off and not dusty, well, it's not going to be too much, longer. It's going to show rubber or, so you just got to really kind of just pace yourself in a way. But like I said, not try to give up spots. So it's really tough. It's really hard to come from the back and winning these things nowadays. We kind of found out with, Big Shane and Shane Anderson, we ran Trophy Cup for the last 6 years. We don't necessarily want to be the high point guy going in. We found our sweet spot that's worked for us. I think in the last 5 years, we haven't been out of the top 5 in overall points, and one came close to winning another only by one spot. So, we kind of know what we want to do going into the main event as far as being in the right place. So there is a sweet spot.
Interesting. Willie, every driver says, every time they go on the track, they give it their all. But do they race differently? I mean, every position passed counts. And do people even drive defensively? Because I heard you mention not giving up spot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not only the passing points, the intensity of the race, it's also one of our last races of the season, so everybody's all, they're flat out, win it or wear it, basically, is the attitude going into Trophy Cup. And that's why you see so many guys pairing the cars up, just because, they don't probably have a race after that weekend anyways. So going into the off season, if you got a torn up race car, isn't as bad as trying to get out next week, trying to point race somewhere. So yeah, there's a lot of defensive driving, but at the same time, I mean, you're just flat out.
I'm fascinated by this. I really am, and it's got to be one of those I've just got to get to. Okay, so and we're in the middle here. We do a lot of NASCAR stuff with MRN, so we're in the middle of NASCAR playoffs where everyone is calculating and radioing to everybody. Of course, you don't have radios. Are you conscious of how can you be? Are you conscious of what's going on with this overall big point battle that you have, or not?
Well, depending on where we're lining up.
Yeah.
For the main event on Saturday, me and my partner in my racing, we'll kind of sit down and look where we have to finish to be in a good position, knowing we may have guys behind us with higher points, but like I said, once the race gets going, there's 24 really good cars in the main event, so it's not like, the olden days where you can just pass anybody at any time. Although Hod did a great job last year. I think I don't remember. I think we might have been second in points just by one car out, or the year before. I don't remember exactly. These kind of are all blended together right now. But, you just got to, it's just, you got to put your head down and just go for it and try to just really finish the race and move forward as much as you can and see what all happens at the end of it, because you never know. There could be guys behind you that have higher points, but if they're not gaining anything, or they may have dropped out, who knows? So my philosophy is just try to run my own race and pass as much as I can and save my tire as well.
It's so neat. It's such an interesting format. Willie, aside from the craziness on the track, there's a lot of craziness off the track, but in a good way. There's parties. Obviously, it's all for charity, but it sounds like a great time for the fans. The spaghetti feed, the fiesta, I know in the past you've had Dancing with the Stars, all sorts of crazy stuff. Talk about off the track stuff.
So it is. It's a great event. So last year was the first year we had tricycle races. And we have them after the taco feed. And so you have a really slick concrete area inside the pavilion. And we have these tricycles that are auctioned off after the races for the Make-A-Wish. It is so much fun. You're out there sliding around. You just got done running 50 laps or whatever. You come in there and tricycle around and slide job people, take each other out, and it's great. There's so many people in there watching. And my son did it, who was 7 last year. He did it with, he's out there sliding around his Uncle Kyle and Rico and whoever else that was on there. So it's a great event. Not only, the drivers can do it, but you can sign up as any participant, and it's just for a great cause. And then, there's Dancing with the Stars. There's cornhole. That you can win, I think, $1,000. There's a lot of good stuff going on. Fortunately, as a driver, you kind of have to maintain your, work on your car the next day. So you got to kind of watch how much fun you can have. But there's plenty of fun if you wanted to.
Oh my gosh, this sounds ridiculous. It sounds insane. It just. Oh my God. So we're chatting with Willie Croft here about this. The other thing, Willie, is we run this race. We get all done with this race, and win, lose, or draw, at the end of the night, Dave Pusateri is making a huge contribution. Make-A-Wish, and I guess the Race Rudine Foundation as well is involved with that. Man, that's got to feel really good that you guys are out there and you're able to do so much good in the community as well.
Most definitely. That's what it's all about, really. That's the reason Trophy Cup even exists, because of, the people behind it. Dave, the Make-A-Wish is just obviously an awesome cause. And so all the things auctioned off were, uniforms, helmets. There's pictures. There's all kinds of stuff that there's silent bidding going on all this stuff. So, there is plenty of chances to grab some really cool stuff. And, going to Make-A-Wish and whatnot, how can you beat it?
Yeah, I love the contribution to Make-A-Wish and for the Rudine family. Willie, are you surprised? The Trophy Cup has such a distinct format. Are you surprised there's not more races that have developed since that do something similar? And would you like to see more of that?
I would definitely would. It adds so much excitement. Unfortunately, I think it works as a 3-day show. So it's kind of hard to put on, but, it does bring a lot of excitement. There's just it changes everything. It's just not just one night of racing where you just go. I mean, you got to kind of put yourself in position 2 nights in a row, or even if you have a bad night, you can still regain points the next night. So definitely gives you a chance, for the big show on Saturday. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I would love to see stuff like that, and be able to just make more of an event rather than a single night of racing. I think for the fans, I mean, I think that just kind of the atmosphere just kind of hypes those drivers up as well. Just having all those people around all day long and able to interact with them, and from the motorhome to the track. I mean, you stop and talk to probably 3, 4, 5 people along the way. For 5-10 minutes at a time, and so it's fun. It's fun to get out there and talk with the fans and hear what they got to say.
No doubt. That is fantastic. That really, truly is. Great stuff. I was looking at your social media. We're chatting with Willie Croft here. I was looking at your social media, and your son, did I see an outlaw cart with your son wheeling that?
Yeah, you did.
How's that going?
The time's coming where we're going to get him. He ran, I think, 4 or 5 races last year. So this year we're going to try to get to Red Bluff, which has a winter series. Get up there a little bit more. We got his trailer just a couple months ago, and so we're getting that organized now and getting set up. I don't like to go do it unless I'm 100% with my stuff, and it's already carrying over to him. So we're getting everything set up, and I mean, he knows we're not going to race full time until his dad's probably done racing. So, but the great thing is we can run for 3 months in the winter, and he can get a lot of racing in, and we can maybe dabble in the summer when we do have a night off. But yeah, pretty cool. I've always heard how cool it is to watch your kid race and be involved with that, and man, I can't believe how fun it actually is. It's pretty exciting.
What is that like for you? I mean, you just hit on it a little bit, but Willie Croft, the racer, now Willie Croft, the dad, crew chief. How does that work?
I don't know. I mean, it's just, to me, like when I started racing, I didn't really have a crew chief per se. I kind of learned a lot of stuff through some friends, and kind of did my own thing for so long. Where now I'm a little bit more knowledgeable as far as that stuff. So helping my son, I feel like, it's obviously not only your son, you want to do it, but I feel like hopefully I can do a good job for him. But it's just, it's okay with me because, racing, I kind of know the nerves and everything that he has. So I don't really get nervous. I'm hoping he's making the move before he makes it, because I'm already thinking about it. And when he does it, it's just like, man, he's got it. You know what I mean? So, or if he doesn't, you can kind of say, hey, give him a little advice and a little guidance. So, but he definitely stands on the gas already, and he's torn up a lot of stuff already. I think we got 6 races and we're on our 2nd cart already. So, but that's fine. That's part of learning. And as long as he knows, we've had talks on the way home, and as long as he knows it's not okay to wreck all the time, as long as you're going for something, and he knows that things happen that he can't control. So it's been a lot of fun. I just I hope he wants to keep going with it. I'm pretty sure he does. It's pretty much in his blood. So I think it's going to be a good deal for him.
Okay, so are you when it comes to like officials and other competitors and other dads and moms, and are you kind of laid back, or are you crazy little league dad screaming at the umpires and everything? How do you play that game?
Nope. I definitely am I'm just in the corner just watching silently. I got a lot of friends up there that I've raced with over the years, and their kids are racing. So I've always told myself and even told my wife, I'm not going to be that dad. I'm not going to be the one that pushes him. He's going to be fine on his own. Don't get me wrong. I get excited when he passes someone, but I don't make it a scene. And even when he crashes, I just don't make a scene. I just wait till he gets out of the car, then I'll go out on the track and walk him back to the trailer. And so, yeah, no, I'm pretty calm and all, on the outside. On the inside, I get nervous and whatnot, but how can you not? So yeah. It's your kid out there. Yeah. But no, it's great. It's the greatest feeling. I can't even explain it.
That is sweet. That is just so cool. My final question for you, and as a guy that's been known to consume some barbecue along the way for years and years and years, you've had Holy Smokes barbecue on your race car. What is that? Who is that? Where are they at? And how can I get some?
Well, it's a little bit of a long story, but it's Dave Wozni out of Chico. They had a family restaurant back in the day, and then he just slowly started doing, he was doing catering when I met him, which was now 15 years ago. He's been in my car. So he's doing catering, but the big thing about Dave Wozni Holy Smokes Barbecue is he kept his sauce, and that's everything behind his catering or back in the family business with the restaurant. So, yes, he's out of Chico. Been with me for a long time. I call him Grandpa Dave. He's out of the business completely now, unfortunately, because I really miss those jars of barbecue sauce and whatnot. But yeah, just a long-time supporter of us, and he's all around a great guy, and just very fortunate, to have him on my corner or in my corner.
That is neat when you have long-term partners and friends like that. It really, truly is. Willie, we wish you the best this weekend. We appreciate the time, and we're going to be following along. The Cushion has it, so we can all follow along all across the country, but we wish you the best and see if you can get another Trophy Cup championship. We appreciate the time, Willie.
I appreciate it, too. Thank you, guys.
There we go. Willie Croft. Isn't that a cool story?
It
First
is.
off, the Trophy Cup is just awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know. These guys that are dads doing this stuff. I am afraid that I'm kind of glad my daughters chose to go a different route. Because I think I'd be in flag stands, I'd be in scorers booths, arms would be flailing. I'd make a real idiot of myself. I mean, I respect it. I talked to Monteith about this, and it was one of his daughter might have done cheer or gymnastics or tumble or something like that, and I had the same conversation, and he's able to sit back and do it. I don't know.
We'll see.
When you see, because you got Kate coming along here.
Yeah, and she likes speed. I don't know. But I do know that the soccer field last week, she's playing like instructional. She's 4 years old.
Isn't that great?
And one of her little classmates, and I'm friends with the family, is on the other team, and I'm like yelling, "Don't let your friend score against you." And the mom's videoing it, and she's showing her husband. Oh, it was pretty funny.
Wow.
But here I go. I never thought I'd be that parent, but it happens.
Is that like? I remember when my daughters played soccer. Is that like one soccer ball and 20 kids chasing it around the field? Nobody plays position.
Yeah, they call it like swarm ball or something.
Yeah. Nobody plays position. It's one soccer ball, and while these are supposed to be defenders, and they're supposed to be in the center of the field, it's just this mob all running around.
Yeah, okay. And then a butterfly comes by, and you lose half the butterfly.
And you got mom in the stands.
And then you got me yelling.
Yeah, mom in the stands yelling, "Don't let your friend score." There you go. A day in the life of the Evernhams. There you have it. So it is going to be fun. There'll be a lot of screaming and hollering going on. This is the 26th annual Abreu Vineyards Trophy Cup. The way this deal works, Thursday and Friday are full shows. Okay, you'll just score all the points. Maybe you don't score all the points you can get. Listening to Willie, there's a sweet spot where you want to be. Okay. Saturday, they line up by points, 50 lap, top 20 are inverted. You just pass everything. Total purse, $200,000. And just absolutely amazing money involved. This event is so good that Jack Hodenshield won the championship last year.
Yeah.
The Wild Child. If the Wild Child wins it, you know it's good. And I'll bet you there was a party after that one. It's all for the Make-A-Wish and the Race Rudine Foundation. Again, the Cushion has it. It is the Trophy Cup. Man, one of those bucket list races. Other races now, I'm not in too bad a shape because I'm actually going to get to the track this week. Friday night, World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, Lakeside Speedway, just right up the road from Kansas. I'm going up to see the boys up there. I'm all fired up about this one too.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to Kansas. I'm going a day early to get all the barbecue I can get, and then going to get all the sprint cars I can get.
And Sides Bar and Grill.
Sides Bar and Grill too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Lakeside, you can't get out of there.
Yeah, you have
Lakeside,
to.
Lakeside. I mean, it's a wonderful racetrack, and thank God it's back.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a rough spring.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They got flooded not once, but twice, okay? And so glad the racetrack is back and set to go. But, so Friday night, Lakeside. Saturday, Lake Ozark Speedway. This one's going to be neat, the Jason Johnson Classic. Yeah. And Bobby and everyone's involved with this one, and I love that they're doing this race. Yeah. Really, really neat stuff. So that's what's going on. Of course, Dirt Vision has all of that. Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour 46th Annual Winter Nationals at the famed Devil's Bowl Speedway. 4 races remain, 2 at Devil's Bowl, 2 at Texas Motor Speedway. Sam Haferteep has a 20-point advantage over Blake Hahn. Sam was on our Tuesday show. We talked about this a little bit, so go back here at wingnation.com and dial that one up if you didn't get a chance to. 5 National Tour wins at Devil's Bowl for Sam. Blake has yet to win there, but 4 podiums, including a photo finish for second place in June. So co-sanctioned with the Lone Star region and our friends the Racing Boys have that. Lernerville, the Steel City Stampede coming up Friday night. Listen to this, 14 divisions.
Oh, my.
Yeah, they ain't as scared to run a race car at Lernerville. They ain't as scared to roll one on the track, or a dozen on the track, or 14 divisions.
Wow.
Friday night, heat races. Saturday night, main events, the 410 sprint cars, one of the headliners there. Love going up to Lernerville. That would be, you don't get a snoot full of races with 14. You don't get into the off-season with 14 divisions race car at Lernerville. You got it bad. I'll tell you what. And they end with a 100-lap enduro.
Ooh,
yeah. There you go. The Speed Palace, open wheel madness. 410 sprints on Saturday night, URC sprints, and the PA Sprint Series 305. So the action in Central Pennsylvania is at the Speed Palace, and Speed Shift TV will have all of that. So there you have all of the action this weekend. Now listen up to this one. Okay, you guys, we talked about this on Tuesday. Okay, you're coming to Charlotte for the World Finals. That's where we're based here, Concord, North Carolina. This is our home track. So we're going to have a big old gathering here. We got 3 big old gatherings, okay? On Friday and Saturday, 3 o'clock. Gates open at 4. We'll be right outside of the gates in the fan zone. Yep. We're going to get you all tuned up, twisted up, geared up, amped up, ready to go because it's Dryden Wing Nation Race Day. We're going to have music. We're going to have race car drivers. We might even do a little karaoke. We're going to sling some stuff from the stage, give you some free stuff. We are going to have a ball. So that's 3 o'clock, Fan Zone, Dryden Wing Nation Race Day. Now, that's Friday and Saturday. Saturday morning, 11 a.m. at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. And a lot of you come into town for the World Finals. Whether you're late model fans, dirt modified fans, or sprint car fans, you go to the Hall of Fame. We're going to be at the Hall of Fame. And we're still getting all the details put together. But we are going to have NASCAR Hall of Famers chatting with Sprint Car Hall of Famers and dirt track legends.
Oh, it's going to be big.
This is going to be big. This is going to be a who's who. So right now, we'll give you all the details in the next week or so. But racing legends and NASCAR Hall of Famers getting together for a show presented by Dryden down at the Hall of Fame Saturday morning, 11 o'clock. Hall opens that morning, so you can go. You can spend an hour around the hall looking around. 11 o'clock, make your way to the main area. And we have got one for you, one for the ages.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The stories that will be told.
Oh, the stories we will tell. Yes, indeed. You and I, we're just going to have a seat
we're going to
alongside.
listen.
This is so good that they booted Erin and I out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
True story.
We're just, this thing, if you are
we're
not
the sideshow.
a legend or a Hall of Famer, you're not
out.
even coming to the stage.
Yeah.
You're not even. Erin's won a World of Outlaw race.
I'm out.
She's not even on the stage. I've been to Golden Corral Buffet multiple times and set all kinds of records. I'm not allowed on the stage. This is all, this show, no, seriously, this show, this is one of those you sit back and as it starts to come together, you're like, huh, what, really? Yeah. That person could do it, that person could do it, that. The guests will be epic and the hosts will be epic as well. So that'll be coming up. We'll have more details as we get closer. Our HRP, speaking of epic, HRP Racing Products. Now, all you teams and everything, you need to start gearing up for the wintertime. Get those shop supplies all in place. You're going to redo that trailer afterward. Make sure you get all the racks and gadgets and gizmos that you need for that. Maybe you need one of those bulls or mules or whatever they're called. Exactly, that's a mule. Yeah, there's one that they have a good test drive on from Knoxville.Maybe you need that. Check out our friends at Hefner Racing.
You don't want that one.
What?
The brakes might be worn out.
Oh no, come on now. That was nothing. The only thing
you want a new one.
Yeah, okay, get a new one. Call our friends at Hefner Racing Product. They've got the great mules as well. But our upcoming calendar, Saturday, Wing Nation by Sage Fruit on MAV TV, Roger Crockett. Oh, we've already recorded this one and it's epic. Mm-hmm. You're going to love it. So Roger Crockett, that's at 7:30 and 10:30 at MAV TV. Hey, we appreciate Willie Croft for joining us here today, but more important than all of that, thank you for joining us here this week.
This has been the Wing Nation Podcast. Find Wing Nation on wingnation.com, Facebook, YouTube, or your favorite podcast provider. The Wing Nation Podcast is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.